Pinchas is praised, as the Torah tells us, because B'kano es kinasi b'socham. He was the one who fought zealously for God's honor. And the word that the Torah uses is kina, jealously or with zealousness. And what is the reward that the Torah promises to Pinchas? Lachein emor, Moshe Rabbeinu is told, this is what you are to say in my name. Hineni nosein lo es brisi shalom. I'm going to bestow upon Pinchas my bris, my covenant of peace. It would seem that the kina, that the jealousy that Pinchas showed, stands in stark contrast to the shalom, to the peace in which he was rewarded. Kina refers to jealousy, to termination, to personal success, to one who's fighting, one who's combatant. Shalom, on the other hand, means someone who seeks peace, seeks completeness, doesn't look for any separation between one and the other. How could kina lead to shalom? The answer seems to be, though, that there are really two types of kina, of jealousy. One is very personal in nature. In fact, the word kina, kuf nun aleph, could be related to the word kuf nun hey, which means acquisition, kinyan. Because the one who is jealous for oneself wants to acquire things for oneself alone, not for anybody else. One is looking for self-aggrandizement. One is looking to put oneself first. And in fact, kina that we've heard about from the very beginning of time, that HaKadosh Baruch Hu did not want there to be kina b'ma'aseh v'reishit, did not want there to be jealousy in his very creation, really stems from the fact that, as the Torah tells us at the creation of Adam Harishon, Hashem says, Lo tov heyos ha'adam levado. The situation isn't good if man is by himself. What makes it incorrect? Shelo yomru. So people should not say, Shtei rishuyote. There are two powers that exist. HaKadosh Baruch Hu yachid be'el yonim ve'en lo zug. Just like God has no partner above, so ze betachtonim ein lo zug. Adam Harishon, who is in this world without a partner, also appears to be supreme. And just like God has exclusive hold over the upper worlds, so Adam Harishon might want to have for himself, in this kinat ma'aseh v'reishis, exclusive hold over the lower worlds. That is a type of kina that we learn in Pirkei Avos. The kina and ta'ava is those things which are motzin es ha'adam min ha'olam, those things which exclude a person from being belonging in this world. For however, we know that Lashem ha'aretz u'mala, the world belongs to God, if it belongs to Him. Man who wants to dominate this world, who wants to say it belongs to him, it is his jealousness, his kina, his kinyan that he wishes to have for himself. That is which is to displace man from this world. He doesn't belong there. On the other hand, there's another type of kina, and that the Torah is careful to say, B'kano es kinasi. Pinchas was the one who was jealous for me, says God. It wasn't his own jealousness that he wanted to continue with. It wasn't his own needs that he was interested in. It was with God's needs that he was interested in the world and pursuing that, rather than being opposed to Lashem ha'aretz umlo'ah, God's complete rule over the world. Pinchas's job was to persuade the world, Lashem ha'aretz umlo'ah. In fact, it is truly his. There is no personal jealousy involved. It is God's will and God's reign that he wishes to bring to this world. We note, however, that the word shalom is written with a vav ketuah, is written with a vav which is cut in half. It doesn't appear to be a complete vav. Rather, the upper half looks a little bit like a yud, with something of a hook to it. And because that is, since there might be a little bit of hook to understand, is one's kina true? Is one's dedication to God himself? Or is there personal interest involved as well? When we think about Parshas Pinchas, the first of the 3 weeks in which we commemorate the Churban Beit HaMikdash, we remember that Bar Kamsa, when he was banished from the house to which he was invited, was banished with righteous indignation. The host said, he doesn't belong here. It's not appropriate. There was nothing personal involved, said the host. But we know deep down, all that was there was only personal, was kina in its lowest sense, in its most primitive sense, and not the heights in which Pinchas was able to reach. And therefore, kina, if you're bekano es kinasi, one serves to further HaKadosh Baruch Hu. One seeks to have the heights of the entire world. But the word shalom, to reach it, one has to make sure the vav is complete. There's no personal agenda. There's no personal needs. It's for the glory of God in our world that Pinchas sought to enter. And thus, he deserved the bris shalom. Those who want to contend for that very same crown have to make sure that the word is complete, that the vav is not broken, that they are too doing it for the glory of God. And if not, perhaps they would find better ways to further God's name and God's greatness in this world than that kina, which can turn into be very petty jealousy in its lower level. Shabbat Shalom.